Welcome back, my students. We are in lesson 3, and we are going to talk about the evaluation of expressions. This should be something that you are familiar with. We are substituting in values for variables. That's all we're doing. So we're going to jump right into example 3.1. And it says to evaluate this expression. And we're going to evaluate it based on if x is equal to -2 and if y is equal to -4. So you guys remember how to do this. We make buckets that mimic our expression, and then we drop in our values based on what the variables are. And then we perform our evaluation. We solve the problem. So in this case, we have -2 squared. That's going to be 4 times -4. We have minus -4, so that's going to be plus 4, right? 4 times -4, that's going to be -16, plus 4, that's going to be -12 for our result. Easy peasy. You guys have done this a million times. 3.2. Just have to refresh our minds from over the summer break. Now we have another one that says a minus b minus a minus ab. Okay, and in this scenario, a is equal to -2 and b is equal to 4. So let's make our buckets. Big parenthesis, negative. Remember to put the negative on the outside so you remember that it's not a part of the bucket. Now we drop in our values. We have a -2 here, here, and here, and then we have a 4 in everything else that's left. All right, so now we can perform what's in the parentheses first. So we have a -4, we have minus a -2, so it's going to be plus 2. So that's going to become a -2. And we have -2 times 4, so that's going to be a -8. So now we have a -2 times -2, so that's going to be a positive 4. We have a -8, that's going to be plus 8. The answer should be 12. And it is. That's right as well. Just trying to refresh our memories on those evaluating those expressions. Now we're going to refresh about like terms. Let's jump into 3.3. This is something that you guys should really know how to do. So we have a problem here, or an expression. I keep saying problem. It's an expression. It's a number sentence. And a number sentence is an expression. And all we have to do is simplify it. So let's see, we have an x and a y here and an x and a y here, so those two can go together. So it's +3, -6, so it's going to be a -3xy. And that takes care of that one and that one. You don't remember, I like to cross them out whenever I do them. So I can keep track. We have a -2x and a +3x, so it's going to be a positive x. And all we have left is a +4. That's all we can do, and that is the correct answer. Remember these? So easy. All right, I have 3.4 is the only one we have left, but it's going to require a clear page. 3.4. This one's a little bit big, that's why we had to get another page. This is going to take a little time to write down, so I'm going to pause right. All right, so whenever I do that, I pause the recording because you don't want to sit there and watch me write it all down, and it might take a while, and you don't want to hear me explain it either. So here is our expression, and what I would like for you to do is to pause the video, work this out. You're going to simplify it by adding like terms, and then press play to see if you and I got the same answer. And as usual, if you got the same thing I did, then you are correct because I have the answer in front of me looking at the book. So let's do that. Go ahead and pause the video and let's work it out. So the first step is to write all of your terms in in the numerator, right? Get rid of the denominator by flipping up anything that you have in the denominator and turning it into a negative exponent. Right, so we did that. That's how we could see what we have that's alike. And then as you do that, write your variables in alphabetical order, and it makes it easier to see which ones are alike and which ones are not. And as we could see, a negative 2, b, c negative 1 is the variables for this term, and this term. This term has a positive 2, so it is not a like term. So these three we can combine. So we have a positive 3 and a negative 4. That's negative 1. And a positive 7, that's a positive 6. So we have 6, a negative 2, b, c negative 1, minus 4, a squared, b, c negative 1. All right, now our instructions say, please write all of the exponents as positive. So all we have to do is flip them down to the bottom. So this becomes 6b over a squared c minus 4a squared b over c. And that's our final answer. And if you got that, if you got here, then you can get here. Okay? So when we write our exponents positive, then we know we can just flip it to the bottom. That's what that is. All right, and that is all I have for lesson 3. That one's pretty short today, and I'll see you guys in lesson 4.